Alright guys, we're adding parallel switches. I didn't see anything on YouTube about doing this, so I have a switch on this side, I'll show you in a minute, controls the two back spots, but it only has one switch currently right here at the back. Like, so if you're working out the back of the mule, anything like that. But I also wanted a switch here and at the cab at the dash to operate the same set of switches. So we wired in the original to begin with, and now I'm just adding basically a second switch to that. So I'll speed this up, kind of clean up this wire, and then I'll show you how I'm wiring it in here and in the front. So. Alright, so you pulled your wire across and zip tied it up along the back. Just keep it up off the engine, up off the muffler, which it does have a heat shield. Right here, this is all part of that heat shield system. Anyway, you're gonna have your two wires that are on your switch when you buy your lights. So here and here, that are female connector. And you're gonna need these male spades. You're gonna need two of them. Basically, we're just gonna plug that in and make an extension of it. I'm gonna put some heat shrink on them. Speed it up again, but that's what I'm doing. All right, so whatever's your center wire, which is red back there for me, red goes in the center. I bought this switch off Amazon, just says rear lights, so when you put it in your dash, it's pretty self-explanatory of what it is. So if you get it wrong and you wire it backwards and you put it on top, nothing will happen. The only thing that'll happen is you'll illuminate the light on the switch and not the rear lights. So if that happens and nothing happens in the back, just remove that top wire and put it on the bottom. So here's my switch. Turn it on. Greatest tool ever invented. Jam saw, but you can use it for anything. It makes super clean cuts, and you can fit it into any kind of tight space. So, you see that there? Took about a minute, and it's clean. It's not jagged, and you didn't overcut. Switch will hide some of it, but the oscillating tool makes all the difference in the world. Alright, so once you get your wire pulled up, and I recommend leaving it a little long, you can tell how difficult it is to get it to go up through the cab. So make sure you got the orientation of your switch where you want it. Plug them in. Like I said earlier, you plug it in there. All that's gonna happen is gonna illuminate the lights on the switch. No big deal. Come down to the bottom. Plug it in. I'm gonna turn it on before I set it in the dash and make sure they work. You can get these switches out, but it's not fun. So make sure everything's working the way you want it to before you set it. We're gonna turn it on. Lights are working. We're good to go. So we'll pull the extra wire back in the dash. Not gonna hurt anything to have a little excess. These switches just push and push and lock in like that. That's it. Now you have your rear spots. Now these will come on with the machine off, but that's the way I wanted it to be. You run it through a relay to where they won't work when you have the machine turned off, but I work a lot, especially in the wintertime in the dark, and I don't necessarily want the machine to sit there and run while I'm using definitely these. So you just have to be mindful if you're running them, when you get off the machine and turn it off, that you turn your lights off. All right, so we're focusing on this rear flood and that rear flood. So first is from the work position side of the mule, standing right here. So you turn them on, and then you turn them off. And then you'll be able to go, or riding in the machine. This will be the front switch on the dash. So there, on and off from the dash. So I hope that helps somebody. I'll time lapse the rest of it, but like I say, that was something I'd wanted to do, and I'd seen a lot of stuff about adding the switch to the side, and I like that, but I also wanted to be able to use the same lights from the front, and I didn't see anything about how to actually wire that in, so I messed around, played with the switches, and figured out how to put the two, like I say, in parallel, and it seems to work. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Franklin Outdoors. Be doing a few more. Like I say, I'm gonna be putting in the auxiliary fuse block up front. I'll do a video on it. If you got any questions about how I wired it, different ways to do it. I mean, you could put as many switches as you want to. You just basically daisy chain off each switch. So anyhow, hope y'all having a good day. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.